Hello everyone, welcome back. So in the previous video, we worked on the user profile section, and in this video, we're gonna work on notifications. Now let's go to our document, and we have done user post and post pagination, and let's see if anything is still pending. We have implemented the post like as well, and I think I forgot to add the steps for notification screen, but anyway, let's just create a mockup for that screen. So let's pick a rectangle, and this will be our notification screen. Then on the top left corner, we will have an arrow icon to go back to the previous screen. So let's add a back arrow here. Now after this, we're gonna show the notification items. So let's just copy the design for the comment item because we're gonna use the same design here. So let's just paste it here. Let's make it big. Now we're gonna store only the comment notifications. So this will say commented on your post, something like this. And here we'll show the username and the user avatar. So this will be our notification screen. We're also gonna use notification count, and we're gonna use real-time updates for that, but that will come later. So let's go to our notification screen, and we can access it using this heart icon. Now let's just refresh the app, and let's open a post. Let's open this one, and the idea is we will send a notification to the post owner whenever a comment is created. So let's go into the post details, and here when we create a new comment here, if the success is true, then we will create the notification. So let's just go to our services and create a new service as notification service. And let's go to our post service, and here we'll just copy an existing function. Let's copy this one, create post like, and paste it here. And let's change the name to create notification. We will receive the notification object, and this will be saved into the notifications table. So let's change this to notifications. We will insert the data, and everything else is fine. Now let's change this to notification error. And for the message, let's just change this to something went wrong, like this. So let's save this, and now we can use this when creating a new comment. So let's go into the post details, and here if the success is true, only then we will send the notification. But we don't want to send the notification if the post owner comments on his own post. So I will make a condition: if the current user ID is not equal to the post dot user ID, which is the owner, only then we will send the notification. So now let's create the data for this new notification, and this will include the sender ID, which will be the current user ID. So let's use user.id. Then we will have the receiver ID, and this will be the post owner, so post.user ID. And let's add the title as commented on your post. We also want to add some extra data, so this will be the post ID and the comment ID. This will be the JSON object, but we want to stringify it so that we can save it into our database. So post ID like this, and then the comment ID. Okay, so this should be colon like this. So we can get the comment ID on the result. So when we create the new comment in this API, we receive the newly created data. So and this includes the ID of the comment as well. So result.data.id like this. Now let's pass this data to this new function, create notification. And let's save this. Now this will hopefully create the notification when we create a new comment. So let's test this out. So cute, and hit send. uh, I think we have an error. So it says notification error, Supabase doesn't exist. So we need to import the Supabase client into this file. That was the error. So let's save this and test this again. Let's hit send. So the comment is created, but we don't see any console log because we never console logged anything. So let's just go to Supabase and see if the new comment is created. Okay, so there we can see a new comment, and we have the sender ID, receiver ID, post ID as 12, and the comment ID as 9. So if I go to the comments, we can see we have a new comment with the post ID of 12 and the comment ID of 9. So everything is working fine. Now let's just close this and let's create a new comment on this post and hit send. So there we can see a new notification should have saved into the database. Now let me just log out from this account and we will log into a different account where we can see the notifications, and then we will design our notification screen. So let's log into this account and then hit login. Not now. Okay, so we're logged in and now let's go to the notification screen. So before we start working on the design, I want to create an API to fetch all the notifications. So let's go into the post service and let's just copy this function, fetch post details, and then paste it here. So let's change the name to fetch notifications, and this will receive a parameter as the receiver ID. And then let's change the table name to notifications. So when we specify static, that will mean it will fetch all the data from the notifications, but I also want to fetch the sender data as well. So if you remember previously, we added two relationships inside the notification table. We have the sender ID and the receiver ID connected to the users table. So in our case, we want to use the sender ID foreign key, and I want to get the ID, name, and the image of that user. So we'll specify that here, and here we want to make a condition if the receiver ID is equal to the receiver ID that we pass to this function. Now let's remove this foreign table from the order function, and let's also remove this single function. And now let's change this fetch post details error to fetch notifications error, and the message will say could not fetch notifications, like this. So everything looks fine. So let's go into our notification screen, and here first let's create a state to store all the notifications, and by default this will have an empty array. Then we will call a function inside the useEffect hook to fetch all the notifications. So let's add an empty dependency array, and we will have a function get notifications. So let's define this function here. This will be an async function, and here we will get the notification. So let's get the result from this API. Now we need to pass the receiver ID, and that we can get from the current user. So let's get the user from use auth hook. So we want to fetch all the notifications for this user. So let's pass this ID, and let's just console log the result and see if we're getting the data. Let's save this, and there we can see a new console log in the terminal. So we have notifications as data and success is true. Currently we have only one notification. This includes the sender object as well. So let's just remove this console log, and here we will check if the result.success is true. Then we will set this data to notification state, like this. So let's just minimize this, and now I'm just gonna copy and paste all the style sheet for this notification screen, and then I will show you the styles whenever I use them. So these are pretty basic styles. Now let's just change this to our screen wrapper component. And here we will have a view with a style of container. And you can see we have a style of flex one and some padding horizontal. Then inside this, we will have a scroll view. And let's just hide the vertical scroll indicator. And this will have a container style of list style. And for the list style, we have the padding vertical and a gap of 10 pixels. Now let's display the notifications here. So let's use the map function. This will give us the item in the callback, and we will return a new component. So let's call this notification item. First, let's pass the item, and then we will also have the key as the item.id. And we also need to pass the router because we want to open the post details from the notification item. So let's just declare a router here. Let's use router hook like this. And now we need to create this function. So let's create a new file, notification item, and then create a functional component. Let's save this and let's just import it here. And let's save this. We forgot to import this WP and HP function. So let's import them and import the theme object as well. And now let's save this. So there we can see a notification item because we only have one notification for this user. So if we don't have any notification, I want to display a message. So let's create a new condition here. We will check if the notifications.length equals to 0. Then we will display this message. So let's use text component and give this a style of no data. And the message will say no notifications yet. And let's save this. So now if I just don't set the data inside this function, and let's just refresh the application, and let's go to notification screen. There we can see no notifications yet. We also forgot to add our header, so let's import the header component and let's give it a title of notifications. Let's close it and save this. So there we can see our header. Now let's just uncomment this, and there we have the notification item. So let's go into the notification item, and first of all I'm just gonna copy and paste the style sheet for this component. So now let's get the item and the router property that we passed from the parent component. Now let's change this view to a touchable opacity, and let's also give this a style of container, and let's save this. We need to import the theme object. Also, you can just copy the styles from here, and let's import the HP and WP functions. Then let's save this. So there we can see the notification item style. Now let's add the on press property on this button, and we will trigger the handle click function. So let's define it here. And basically this will open the post details whenever we click on any notification item. But for now, let's just add a comment, open post details. Now let's just remove this text, and here we're gonna use the avatar component. So let's import it, and we're gonna show the sender image here. So if I just comment this, and let's just console log the item here. And let's save this. So there we have a new console log in the terminal. So we have the notification item, and here we should have the sender object. So there we can see we have the sender data and we have the image property. So let's just comment this, and now we're gonna pass the URI of this sender image. So URI will be item.sender.image like this. Then let's add the size of HP5. Let's close this and save this. So now we can see the user image. Also, these are the container styles, so you can just pause the screen and copy them. Now let me just format this, and let's create a view and give this a style of name and title. And in this view, we're gonna show the name of the user and the title for the notification. So we have the following styles for this one. Now let's create a text and give this a style of text. Then inside this, we're gonna show the user of the name of the sender. So item.sender.name. Let's save this. So there we can see the sender name, and let's just copy this for the title of this notification. So this will be item.title. So let's just remove this. Let's save this, and there we can see the title. Now I want to make this title a bit darker. So let's add the color property as the text dark color from our theme. Let's save this, and now it looks good. So next I want to show the time of this notification on the right side. So let's create a text after this view and give this a style of text, and this will have the light color. So let's add the color property as the text light from our theme. And then let's add item dot created add property here. Let's save this. um, this should be styles. Let's save this and let's go to notifications. So as you can see, the date doesn't look good, and we're gonna format this using the moment library. So let's create a new variable here, created add. Then let's import the moment library. Let's pass this item dot created add property. Then we're gonna use the format function, and we're gonna have a format of triple M and then D. And let's use this property here. Let's save this, and now date looks good. So now we're gonna open the post details whenever we click on the notification item. So let's go into this function, and here first of all we're gonna get the post ID and the comment ID from the notification data. So if you remember previously, we stringified this data and stored it into the database. Now we have to parse this data, and we will get the post ID and the comment ID. So here you can see we have the post ID and the comment ID as a string. Now let's use the router and then navigate to the post details. And then we're also going to pass the parameters as the post ID and the comment ID like this, and let's save this. So now if I click on this notification item, it opens the post details model and it fetches the post data and shows the comment list. So this is working great, but now I want to make it so that when we click on a notification, it should highlight the comment that was related to the notification. So for that, we need to go into the post details, and here we need to get the comment ID from the local search parameters like this. So now we can use this to highlight the comment. So let's go into the comment section, and for each comment item, we will pass a new property as highlight, and we will check for the comment ID which will match this comment ID that we got from the previous component. And if this matches, then the highlight will be true, and based on this we will style the component differently. So let's go into the comment item and receive this property. By default this will be false, but whenever this is true, we will add one more style object to this container. So let's add an array, and when this highlight value is true, then we will pass the highlight styles. Let's save this, and for the highlight styles object, we have the following styles. We have some border and shadow properties, so you can just copy them. So now if I click on this notification item, you can see the first comment item is highlighted, and that's very useful because user can know which comment is related to which notification item. So if we open the post details from the home feed, you won't see this highlight because highlight is by default false. So everything is working great. Now we want to show the notification count on this heart icon. So for that, we will add real-time data updates in the home screen. So here in the use effect, let's create a new notification channel. Let's just copy this one and paste it here. And we'll change the name to notification channel like this. And let's change the channel to notifications. And we're only gonna listen for the insert events. So let's change this to insert. And the schema will be public and the table will be notifications. Then I also want to use a filter because we want to fetch all the notifications where the receiver ID is the current user ID. So let's go into the post details, and here we already have implemented this filter. So let's just copy this and then paste it here. So we will apply a condition where receiver ID is the user ID. So user.id. Then let's change this function to handle a new notification. Now let's create this function here. So this will receive the payload that will contain the new notification data as well. So let's just console log this payload, and this will say got new notification like this. So now we want to remove this listener whenever this component unmounts. So where we return this callback, let's just copy this line And let's pause this notification channel and let's save this. So now we need to test this, and for that we have to put both the phones side by side, so that if we create a comment on the first phone and then on the second phone we can receive this notification. So let's reload the application on the Android. There we can see all the posts, and I believe this phone is using my account. Yes. And on the iPhone we are logged in with a different account. So now let's try to create a comment and see how it goes. Let's open the post details, and here let's create a comment. Cannot read the property ID of null from user. I think the session got expired for the Android app, so let's just reload. And we move to welcome page. So obviously the session was expired. So let's log in with Jon Snow's account. Then hit login. Okay, so now we logged in with Jon Snow's account on this Android device. So let me just confirm by creating a new comment. Let's see if we get this error now. Okay, so now we got a new comment and this is working. Now let's create a comment on this second user's post. So let's go. Here we have the second user post. Let's open the post details, and here let's create a new comment. Hit send. And now let's see in the console, we should have got the payload. So there we can see got new notification. So now we're gonna create a notification count that will increase every time whenever this current user receives a notification. So let's create a state notification count and set notification count. By default, the count will be 0. And in the event listener, here we will make a condition. So if the payload dot event type is insert, and we have the ID value inside the payload dot new object, that means we got a new notification. And in that case we will set the notification count, so previous notification count plus 1, like this. And let's save this. Now we're gonna use this to show the count on the heart icon. So let's just minimize this, and let's go to the section where we use the heart icon. So here we need to make a condition. If the notification count is greater than 0, only then we will add this count. So let's create a view and give this a style of pill. Then inside this, let's create a text, and let's give this a style of pill text. And inside this, we will use the notification count. And let's close this and save this. So for the pill and the pill text, we have the following styles. So you can just copy them. We have a position of absolute, and this will display on the top right corner of this heart icon. So now if I create a new comment and hit send, there we can see the new comment, and we also see this notification count on the heart icon of the second device. And because we increase the count value, and that's why we can see this on the heart icon. So if I open this, we see the notification. And if we open this first notification, we can see this is the comment that was made. So this is highlighting the comment. Now we're gonna try to create a comment on the iPhone, and we'll see if we can get the notification on the Android. So let's open a post from Jon Snow. Let's open this one. Let's create a comment and hit send. So there we can see the new comment, and we also see this notification count. So if I click on this, we see all the notifications. And if I open the first one, here you can see we made this comment. So this is highlighted. So let's just refresh the application, and we have one more thing left to do. So when we have the notifications and we click on the heart icon, it should remove the notification count. So right now, if I create a comment, let's create a test comment on this post. There we see the count, and if I click on it, it should reset the count to 0. So let's go to the heart icon. And here, let's just change this to a function body. And first we will set the notification count as 0. Then we will move to the notification screen. So let's save this. So now if I open the notification screen and move back, we don't see the notification count because it's reset to 0. So let's just reload the application, and finally we have completed this application. So let's just do a final demo of the whole application and see what features we have built. So let's go into the profile and let me just log out. So the first thing you will see when you open this application is this beautiful welcome page, and you can sign up or log in from this. So I'm gonna sign up. So let's create a new user as Sarah. Let's add a password and hit sign up. So once you log in, you will be redirected to this homepage. Now let's go into the profile and let's fill the details for Sarah. Let's add a random phone number. She lives in London. And let's add a bio as cooking and hit update. We need to add the profile pictures because this is required. So let's use this one and then hit update. So now the profile data is updated. Now we're gonna create some posts from this account. So let's go to the home page. And on the home page, we can see all the posts from all the users. And as I scroll down, you will see more and more posts will be fetched. So let's go to the new post screen, and here we will create a new post as, hey guys, I'm new here. And let's include an image, and let's choose this cute girl. Then hit post. So you will see as soon as the post is created, it will appear on both of the devices because of the real-time changes. So let's create a comment from Jon Snow's account on this post. Hey Sarah, welcome. And let's hit send. So there we can see the new comment and a new notification item. So if I click on this notification, we see this was the comment made from the Jon Snow's account. So Sarah can see all the notifications from all his posts. Then we can like any post. So if I like this won't reflect on the home feed because we haven't used the real-time updates for the likes, but you can just add a new channel here, listen for the likes, and then update the home feed, and this will just work. So let's just reload, and there we can see the like. So I can like this one, or I can create a comment on this one. So if I create a comment on this one, this also won't reflect in the home feed. And I purposely left this feature because you guys can try this and add these features and see how everything is working. So as I scroll down, this will fetch more and more posts, and we have the video posts as well. So I can play, pause this video, I can move forward, and I can make it full screen. So this is a fully functional video player and it's working perfectly fine. Now, if I scroll all the way down, we should fetch all the posts, and at the last, it should display a message, no more posts like this. And the same behavior is on the profile screen. So here you can see all the user posts, and here the pagination works as well. Then we also implemented some post and the comment actions. So if you have created a post or the comment, you will see the delete or edit icon. So let's open the post where we commented from Jon Snow's account. Let's open this one, and here I can just delete this comment because I made this, or the post owner can delete this. So and now if I open the post details from here, you can see all these comments are gone. Now let's try to edit a post and see if this works. And let's create a new post from this new account. Let's add family time, and let's include an image. Let's choose this one and then hit post. So there we can see this new post, and now if I open the post details and then hit edit icon, this will open into the same screen and I will have all the content as it is. Now I can choose this and change this to quality time, and let's make it bold. And now if I update this, this will be updated on the both devices. because of the real-time changes we implemented. So this works great. Now let me show you our powerful rich text editor. We have all these options to style our content. So we can add a list, 1, 2, 3, and let's just remove this, and then we can add something. And if we want to style it, we can move it around into the center, make it bold, italic, and let's just remove this and make it big using this H1 or H4. Then I can move it around, and let's just leave it like this. And if I post this, you will see it will be posted as it is with all the styles, so all the users can see this. And let's edit this, and let's change this to hi everyone, and then hit update. And this will be updated for all the users who are using this application. Now let's create a comment as hey and hit send. We can see the new comment and the new notification count. So if I click on this, I can open the post details from here, and this will just highlight the comment that was made. We also implemented the real-time updates for deleting the post. So if I delete this account from Sarah's account, you will see this is gone from the Android device as well. So all the features are working perfectly fine. So with this, our application is complete, and if you have learned something from this app, then do like the video and subscribe the channel. Also share this with your friends or colleagues who are learning React Native. This might be very useful for them. You can find the source code link in the video description, and you can also visit my website for more cool projects like this one. You can support this channel by visiting my Buy Me a Coffee page. I will leave the link of the page in the video description. So this is it for this project, and I'll see you in the next one.